This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have exciting highlights from the start of the league season. In boys basketball, you'll see Edison battle Weston Ranch, Del Oro meet Folsom, and Rio Americano go up against Capital Christian.
On the girls' side, we have Antelope and Wood Creek in the league opener. Girls soccer features River City and Laguna Creek. Plus, you'll meet this week's inspirational athlete, Richard Banks, the 6'4" basketball star from Weston Ranch. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein, heading over to Fair Oaks, where the Jesuit Marauders are looking stronger than ever. Jesuit with a third-place finish in the Delta League last year, but Andrei Stojakovic is on another level his senior year.
Jesuit opening up league play against Sheldon. The Huskies taking home a share of the Delta League title last season. This year, Sheldon is battle-tested, coming into league play with a 4-6 record after taking on some nationally ranked teams. It's Sheldon and Jesuit on Friday night.
Garrison reporting here, where Jesuit hosts Sheldon High School. Both teams coming to the night undefeated in league play. Let's get started with Jaden Woodard passing it to Tyler Rattler, who jab steps and splashes a three-pointer. Then Kevin Hopp kicks it to Reed Jones, who drives to the lane, goes up and under, and kisses it off the glass. Huskies lead 12-8 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Next, Amari Davis kicks the ball ahead to Jaden Spears, who finishes the play through contact. Jesuit picking up full court pressure, causes a steal. Jones, who gets the layup right before the buzzer. Sheldon leads by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Jones to Ahani Lewis, who finds the cutting Cole Epperson for the easy layup. Great ball movement. Now it's Nick Stone, layers in a cross-court pass to Ty Virgil. Ty makes 2 defenders fly by, and that's butter from three-point land. 27-23, Huskies with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Sheldon applying pressure defensively, and that leads to a fast break dunk for Virgil. But back and forth we go on this one. Hop somehow finds Jones, who hits nothing but net. Sheldon leads 39-38 at the half. At the start of the third quarter, Rattler to Virgil hits a three-pointer for the Huskies. However, Jesuit responds back with a steal from Jones, who passes ahead to Hop, who, let's just say, hits Epperson with the backboard lob. 49-42, Jesuit with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Then Jones passes to Hop, who pulls up from deep three-point land, and that's all butter. More Hop. This time he gets the steal and pulls up from the 3 in transition, and bing bing, 60-46 Jesuit at the end of 3 quarters. Now Spears kicks to Rattler, who hits a crucial three-pointer. Sheldon trying to spark something at the start of the fourth quarter. However, Jesuit was just firing on all cylinders. Hopped with the beautiful touch floater to keep them rolling. Hopped again, this time driving downhill and kicking it out to Nat Brown for the dagger three-pointer. Jesuit wins 78-58. Hop with 31 points, while Jones adds 18 points.
One final non-league tune-up for Calaveras, who hits the road Tuesday to take on the reigning D4 section champ Liberty Ranch. First quarter, the Redhawks come out firing. Elijah Malamed connects on the first of 4 three-pointers for Calaveras in the first. Liberty Ranch's Youssef Diab had a strong first half. Here he is working the baseline to get the reverse lay-in to go, but his Hawks are down 5 after 1. Second quarter, last year's Sac-Hi Sports Scholar Athlete of the Year, Jay Clifton, begins to heat up. He gets the 3-ball to go and then shows off the hustle for the loose ball. That gives him an easy 2, and Calaveras goes up 23-16 at the break. Third quarter, Clifton really starts catching fire. He goes into his quiver and pulls out a few arrows, but Diab on the other end trying not to let Liberty Ranch get too far behind. He had 13 to lead the Hawks, but it's Clifton again. Misfires from 3. Kids, follow your shot. Offensive rebounds can get you easy buckets, but Clifton wasn't about to stop firing from long range. I'm not sure if he's more of a Robin Hood guy or a Hawkeye. I'm going to go Hawkeye. How about some defense now? LR's Braden Roots picks off an inbound pass, a certain layup, but not so fast, says a hustling Braden Orlandi. That's okay because Roots goes right back on the attack, some fancy footwork for 2 of his 7 points on Tuesday, but it's that man Jay Clifton. Winding down the third quarter, beating the buzzer at the rim, Redhawks lead 40-24 after 3. More Calaveras in the fourth. They swing it around to Noah Cardenas. The Redhawks were feeling themselves with the jump shots Tuesday, but no one more than Jay Clifton. He had 5 threes on his way to a game-high 29. And then Clifton again, but this time it's little bro, Ryan Clifton. He's a freshman. Head coach Craig Clifton has to be a proud papa as Calaveras wins 56-35.
2 top 10 teams in our Sac-Hi girls basketball poll going at it as Monterey Trail takes on McClatchy. It was a tough fast start for both teams here as Paris Brown from Monterey Trail nails down this three-pointer. On the break now, it's Tamara Rumpf from McClatchy going all the way with an acrobatic finish for the Lions. Monterey Trail pushing the pace. The shot is off by Nia Whipper, is there to grab the miss and put it back in and gets the foul. Mustangs down 2. Second quarter now, McClatchy goes up 5 here, but Rumpf finds Kayla Stencil-Williams, who sets up and hits the three-pointer. With under a minute to go in the half, Anise Jefferson drives to the hoop, goes glass, scores it, gets the lip, and the Mustangs trail by only 1 at the half. Third quarter, it was a much different story. Rumpf up the floor. Nina Kane scores it for the Lions. Then Norette Lewis finds Rumpf, who lets the three-pointer fly. It's so pretty. Lions up 6. McClatchy dials up the pressure. Rumpf with the steal. The no-look behind the head. Two-handed pass to Kane for the finish. What? Then Rumpf was like the Dora Explorer cartoon. Swiper, no swiping. Too late. She had a game-high 21 points. Monterey Trail turns up the pressure now. LaKayla Hale gets the steal and the finish. Mustangs trying to chip away at that lead, but McClatchy was just too much at home on this day. Second half intensity comes up big. Lewis with the finish, and that would do it. The 5th-ranked team in our poll was flexing their muscles on this night as the Lions win by 19.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Cosumnes River College Tuesday night, where River City came in having allowed just 3 goals in 10 games, taking on Laguna Creek, both teams 2-0 in league. A little over 10 minutes in, Raiders on the attack. Alina Ariola crosses to Amelia Blanc, and she blasts this upper 90 for the score. River City rolling early, but less than a minute later, the Cardinals countering. Drew Noveas showing why she'll continue her soccer career at San Jose State. Nice stop to keep the clean sheet, but Laguna Creek has a good goalie, and Celeste Craighead makes a nice challenge on this River City chance, but on the ensuing corner kick, River City causes some big trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with G, and that stands for goal by Amelia Ruiz, and it's 2-0 Raiders. But late in the half, Kamaya Yazzie threads the needle on the pass to Juliana Moreno, and she cuts the River City lead in half, 2-1 after 40. Second half now, the Raiders looking for some insurance, but Kyla Costa now in net for the Cardinals, and she lays out for this save and then chases down the rebound to boot. A little under 13 to go now. Yazzie on the attack again, puts this on net, and that will find its way into the goal. Laguna Creek has tied the game at 2, and in a game befitting 2 talented teams, Laguna Creek and River City play to a 2-2 draw.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. These are players with standout performances from games played just before the holiday break. Our first Player of the Week is Nate Betancourt from St. Mary's. The senior was very fun to watch in the Rams' win over Vacaville on December 20th. Nate put up 8 points, but led the team in rebounds and assists, grabbing 5 offensive boards for a total of 8 and tallying 7 assists. He also had 5 steals, a very aggressive player.
Yeah, our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Sammy Porter from Ponderosa. The Bruins winning the Sac-Hi Holiday Hoops Classic back on December 21st. The sophomore guard had a 16-point game, including 3 3-pointers. Sammy Porter and Nate Betancourt, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip, powered by SMUD.
Hi, I'm Riley Trujillo from Indercom High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Turn down brightness levels and set the automatic eco and energy saving features on your TV. You'll save energy and money. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, a battle between 2 of our top-ranked teams, Capital Christian and Rio Americano.
And later, Del Oro meets Folsom in boys basketball. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo, we've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF9ers, we just win. SF9ers, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
Our first SunPower Electric game tonight features the surging Rio Americano Raiders. Rio is 12-2 to start the season, its best start since 2019.
The greatness of the Raiders. Capital Christian entered the Capital Athletic League back in 2018 and have taken home the league title every season since. Rio is sure to give the Cougars a run for their money. Rio and Cap Christian is our SunPower Electric game, our first one tonight. Nick Pecoraro was there.
Game.
Nick Pecoraro here at Rio Americano High School for a Capital Athletic League opener. You know, this league might be one of the toughest in the section from top to bottom, and we've got two of its top teams tonight for our SunPower Electric game. At 12-2, Rio Americano is off to its best start entering league play since the 2018 and 19 season. Jace Thompson, Luke Mason, and Miles Lake lead the charge for the Raiders. Capital Christian, meanwhile, is 9-3 after a brutal non-league slate. This is only the Cougars' second game of the season playing a team within the section. Sophomore Gavin Sykes and senior Jaden Teat top double-figure scoring for the Cougars.
If this game is any kind of sampler for the Capital Athletic League this year, buckle your seatbelts, folks. Here we go. First quarter, Miles Lake with the sneaky little behind-the-back dribble to get to the rim. And then on the other end, it's Jaden Teat. 3-ball corner pocket for the Cougars. And then Rio's Luke Mason drills one from downtown. I love it when the guys I mentioned in pregame make me sound smarter than I appear. But Rio has a ton of depth. Check out this pass from Keon Miller to Mason down below. Raiders lead 16-8 after one. Second quarter, senior captain Micah Hobson starts to take over for the Cougars. He gets to the bucket for a left-hand finish. And then on the next trip down, Hobson lets it fly from three. Capital starts mounting a comeback. Staying with the Cougars, it's Jaden Teat again from the outside. He had 3 triples on Wednesday. That one cuts the deficit to 3, but Miles Lake on the other end with a step-back bank shot. Pretty sure I heard him call glass on that one. To the closing seconds of the half now, Capital gets a bucket from Jalen Valdez, but check out this heads-up inbound pass from Dylan Newberry to Miles Lake, who's all alone for the jam that beats the halftime buzzer, much to the delight of the Rio Rowdies, and the Raiders are up by 9 at the break. Third quarter, Rio has all kinds of guys that can shoot. Here's Miller. He hit back-to-back threes to put Rio up by 7. But with 4 seconds left in the third, Valdez nails a tough buzzer beater to cut the Rio lead to 5 heading into the fourth. In that final period, Gavin Sykes, a quiet game by his standards, but he comes up with clutch shots when his team needed him. But every time Capital got within a possession, Rio's Jace Thompson seemed to be there for an answer. A 1-point game now, Valdez with the steal and the two-handed flush. The Cougars take their first lead of the game with just under 2 to go. Under 15 seconds now, Rio can't find a shot. Teat gives it up to Sykes, who soars in for the game-sealing slam. Capital Christian outscores Rio 13-5 in the fourth and moves to 1-0 in league play.
It helps us a lot with just like this, coming back through adversity. We didn't have anything going our way in the first half and fought back, and we didn't let it affect us.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The rematch of the Division 6 section title game last season, and it's the league opener for Valley Christian as the Lions take on Sac Adventist. Gabby Jackson-Brown snags the rebound and gives it to Mariah Contreras, who hammers home the straightaway 3. Christelle Williams plays some defense, knocking away what looks to be an easy bucket, 8-2 Lions. Bryn Beeman takes a step to her right, giving herself enough room to land the long 2, but the Caps trail 15-4 after 1. and the Lions extend their lead in the second. Hannah Burke to Ellie Gunter in the corner. Jackson Brown, a sophomore, doing work under the board. She puts back that one. Williams averaged 19 points a game last season. She starts off her senior year leading the team with 17. She's got some great moves in the paint. And Christelle can also dish it, a no-look pass to Burke for one of her 2 threes. Sac Adventist looking to crawl out of a 26-point hole. Lexi Lyman to Beeman to Kaylin Welter. That ends the third. The Caps outscore the Lions in the third quarter and make it a 15-point game in the fourth on this Lexi Lyman triple. But the reigning league and section champs will not be denied. Christelle Williams with 20 on the night as the Lions take home the 63-42 win in their league opener. Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
Ankle sprains are seen in many sports, most commonly in hard court sports like basketball and volleyball. Typically, the athlete's foot is twisted inward, causing an injury to the ligaments on the outer aspect of the ankle. Symptoms include pain, swelling, bruising, and at times, the inability to bear weight. Appropriate treatment of ankle sprains initially includes ice, elevation, anti-inflammatory medication, and a period of immobilization, usually in a walking boot for about 10 to 14 days. Appropriate physical therapy rehabilitation is critical to prevent recurrent ankle sprains and chronic ankle instability.
Coming up, Del Oro and Folsom in Sierra Foothill League play.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 girls basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like Grace Church, who serves the local community. We're even donating $50 for every vehicle sold. Shop our great lineup of new Toyotas in person or at tracytoyota.com and get specials like this during the Toyotathon is On sales event. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Heading to Folsom now, where the Folsom Bulldogs look to defend their league title for another season. The 4-time Sierra Foothill League champs, featuring strong senior forward Mitchell Rollins.
Folsom opens up league play with a 12-1 record, taking on the 13-5 Del Oro Golden Eagles. Caden Pinnock tore it up on the football field last fall. Now he leads the basketball team with over 18 points a game. Del Oro and Folsom for the SFL league opener on Friday night. Del Oro with a big test early, taking on the defending SFL champs in the league opener. And Folsom showing its dominance. CJ Willenborg kicks it out to Justin Ard. That's ARD for 3. Micah Johnston driving to the rack, up and under. The lay-in lands. It's 9-4 Folsom. Then on the next Golden Eagle possession, the Bulldogs Willenborg with the block. CJ keeps control of it, and off to the rack he goes. The steal, the score, Folsom up by 7. Dio cuts down that lead just before the end of the third. Caden Pinnock trying to find an opening in the paint. He decides to pull up for the mid, and that shot is good. 19-6 Folsom after 1. In the second, Johnston gives his team the 19-point lead with his 3, 12 on the night for the senior. Pinnock now with a backwards pass out to Brandon Hill, the big man showing off his range. But Folsom never taking its foot off the gas. Ard out to Chase Rollins at the elbow. Ka-chow. 34-13, Folsom at the break. Dio trying to hold on. Jalen Hawkins drives, finds a wide open Pinnock. A 16-point game for the dual sports star. Then we have Pinnock dishing it. Cole Kelly, you know it. That's 3 points for Cole. But Folsom responds on the other side. David Young to Taniela Tapau. That's a long 2. It's a 20-point game. Jalen Hawkins, the inbound pass to Hill. Brandon is fouled. He puts up the shot, and there's a 3-point play. Willenborg would finish with a team-high 15 with the hoop and the harm. Ethan Bareggi to David Young from the top of the key, and you can count that one. And we're going to end these highlights with a Justin Ard and one. Folsom wins the SFL League opener 72-49. Highlights from the girls matchup later on in the show.
Each week we bring you stories of athletes who inspire us.
Weston Ranch junior forward Richard Banks was a product of the foster care system as a child until he found a home with a family that needed him just as much as he needed them.
The Weston Ranch boys basketball team plays at a frenetic pace.
Let's go.
A steady and stable force among several returning all-leaguers this year is junior forward Richard Banks.
All league, he's been an all defensive player for us. He's very long, he has great natural instincts. His body control is ridiculous. He can shoot the basketball, he can, make decisions, facilitate for others. He can defend. There's not really anything he can't do.
I've been playing since 3rd grade, and then after that I just really fell in love with the game. I never trained or nothing. I used to just go out and play. But I feel like I still got room for improvement for this year and next year.
For as money as Banks has been for the Cougars, his life outside of basketball has not always been so stable.
I got adopted when I was turning 2. My older brother was turning 3. I was still young, so I didn't know what adopted and what it was until I got older.
2007, they came through my doors. They were in foster care, taken from their parent, and then came into our home, which was a blessing.
But Greta and her husband Ron didn't realize just how big of a blessing Richard and his brothers would be. The Sassers brought the boys in less than 2 years after suffering a tragedy of their own.
I lost my firstborn. That was devastating. She was 23. She went into a diabetic coma. I didn't know how open my heart was to love, because after suffering some tragic, you don't realize that you really are open to pour your love into someone else and to continue to give. God didn't want me to stop. He said you have to keep living, keep pouring yourself out into these children that have a need, and you have a heart of love to give to them. And so that's what I did.
Over the years, the Sassers have taken in 10 foster children, including Richard and his 3 brothers.
They mean a lot, because if it wasn't for them helping me with the transition from my birth parents to there, I don't think I would be where I'm at right now. They helped get my grades on track, put food on my plate, and clothes on my back, so I'm thankful for them.
There was a brief period before middle school where Richard was able to live with one of his biological parents, but as housing instability rose, his grades began to fall.
I wasn't doing so good at school.
Which also meant no basketball.
The game of basketball means a ton to Richard, for sure. When he was younger, he was getting in trouble. Everything he gets in trouble for had to do with basketball. And you could tell that basketball was a big part of his life, but school wasn't.
If I would have stayed out there, I probably wouldn't be playing basketball right now because of my grades. So I decided to just move down here.
Just before high school, Richard moved back in permanently with the Sassers, where he found a sense of stability and belonging and earned his way back to the game of basketball.
Having that confidence of assurance that I have a family or someone is going to come through for me, that's what it was. So basketball for Richard gave him that. That was his out. That was his connection that helped him to thrive. He found a community that he can be a part of. So that meant something to him also.
Now with increasing continuity, structure, and an extended support system, Richard's grades have been on the rebound.
My grades been way better. I'm 3.0 and above now.
Once he started realizing that academics and basketball go hand in hand, he went from someone that was having a hard time passing any classes to now he's an honor roll student, 3.0 and higher, because he's giving effort not just on the basketball court but in the classroom, and that's what we're the most proud of.
Richard hopes to use the game of basketball as a means to give back to the family that gave so much to him.
The places it can take me, and like the money I can make off of it, because that money could be used to help my family.
To even think about us, that blesses me. Thank you. I didn't even know that he felt that way.
I'm thankful for everything they've done for me and taking me and my brother as one of their own. And that we're really thankful for having them like a part of our lives.
Reporting from Stockton, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
So far, Richard is averaging better than 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals a game for Weston Ranch. The Cougars play a brutal non-league schedule, but they hope to turn it around with league play beginning this week.
Yeah, we will see the Cougars play in our second SunPower Electric game later on in the show. Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, Wood Creek and Antelope girls taking to the hardwood.
Then it's Vista del Lago and Rio Americano in boys soccer. But first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the dance team from McClatchy.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. That's Sac-Niners, we just win. I'm from that field.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. We are back at Levi Stadium with this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match. The Wood Creek girls enter Cap Valley League play with a 12-2 record. The Timberwolves are an extremely young team with lots of sophomores, including Ryan Nair, who played in 22 games last season.
Very good. Wood Creek facing Antelope this week. The Titans taking home at least a share of the league title since the Cap Valley Conference was created back in 2014. So the 8-time league champs look to defend their title in 2023, starting with Wood Creek in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
There's Mary Carter, the all-everything player for the Titans, and her teammates. They aren't too shabby as well. First quarter, Carter with the ball. Nice ball movement by the Titans as Michelle Rice finds Carter on the backdoor cut and the finish. Then it's Carter with the steal. Up the floor it goes to Ivory Babcock for the finish for the Titans. They're in their suffocating press, and they get another turnover here as Babcock over to Carter. 3-ball is Drano. Timeout, Antelope up 9-1. Then it's Titans Camaraya. Carlo picks up the loose ball, tosses it up and in. Then Carter with another wide open 3. You can't let her shoot like that. 14-4 Antelope. More Titans on the break. Tiana Spain to Isabel Azalino with the finish. Then Wood Creek's Ryan Nair finds a wide open Emma Fischlau, and she hits a 3 to stop the bleeding for a bet. When Michelle Rice's dribble drive runner is good, the Titans lead by 24 at the break. Third quarter now, Carter with the ball. Top of the key, and she finds Evelini Smith down low. The freshman getting it done inside for the Titans. Then it's Carter letting it fly again. Boom! That's her third triple in the night. Wood Creek would not go down quietly in the night, though. Isabella Deverex hits this 3 here. But all is well that ends well when you have a girl like this on the floor. The Cal Poly commit taking it to the hoop, and the foul. Antelope opens up the Cap Valley Conference play with a dub. Oh, Strawberry, take it away.
With the final buzzer, Antelope is now 11-2. Titans, how are we feeling with that? This is a veteran squad, and I want to talk to one of the seniors, Mary here. Last season, Division II. This season, Division I. Tell me the difference you're seeing on the court and with the competition you're facing.
I think the biggest difference is just the physicality level. Like, it's much more physical on defense, offense, and you just got to really be ready to go every game. So
You nailed it today. Nailed it. Let me talk to Michelle right here. Self-prescribed professional Skittle lover, by the way. Now everybody knows that. So last season, Antelope went deep into state. Came up just short. Is that long forgotten, or is that what motivates this team for this season?
I think that's definitely what motivates us to want to do better this year and get to that next level this year. So it's definitely a motivator.
Favorite color Skittle?
Red and purple.
You got to go red. You got to go red. Smart girl. Trick question. All right. The freshman, Evelini, not only is Antelope shooting the lights out, but this team's defense is incredible. What's the secret? What's Coach doing different that no other team is doing?
Man, I think we just take great pride in our defense. We work on it every practice, and I think it's just a vital role that we have to play and fill in each game. And we still have a lot more to go, and we're just going to keep taking pride in our defense.
Good. And Coach Chambers is a legacy in this school. How's it feel to play for him?
Man, it's great.
Yeah?
He's a good coach.
There we go. She got a long future here. My name is Strawberry. I'm on the radio on the new KISS 107.9 and V101.1. Titans, take it away.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Folsom Thursday night, the league opener for 8-1 Rio Americano taking on Vista Del Lago, winners of 4 straight. Midway through the first half, check out this combo play. Quinn Mahoney to Brady Kerr with a beautiful one-touch to Andrew Collins, and he buries it 1-0 Raiders. Eagles trying to answer later in the half. Garrett Vares lets a rip, but Nate Herron just gets a piece of it to send the shot away. Final minute of the half, Vista on the attack again, but Herron just able to scoop this ball up before it becomes a problem. Second half now, Raiders looking to make this a 2-score game. Sam Ingalls with the save. Collins going for goal number 2 on the diving header, but Ingalls makes another stop from the ground, and it's still a 1-score game. Final minute, desperation time for Vista, but this shot off the mark, and Rio Americano improves to 9-1 with a 1-0 win.
This season, Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who give it their all in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Addie Cerna from Sac Adventist. Addie is the captain of the basketball team and also serves as a senior class officer and captain of the club flag football team. Addie does all of this while taking multiple AP classes and maintaining a high GPA. Great job, Addie, for being a champion in service for your school. Coming up, you'll see Grant and Laguna Creek in league play.
And later, Colfax and Placer in girls soccer. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The Grant Pacers are coming off a Metro Conference championship in boys basketball. The team graduating some key players, but returned Jordan Bobo, a 6'8" center.
Yeah, and Laguna Creek looking strong to start the season, entering league play with a 13-3 record. Elijah Gilliard is having a great start to the year, his senior season. The Cards looking to take down the defending league champs in the first league game of the season on Wednesday.
Ian Olsen here, bringing you the Metro League opener between Grant and Laguna Creek. After an early takeaway by Grant, Elijah Gilliard gets back on D and blocks the attempted layup for a first quarter rejection. Showcasing the speedy Cardinal fast break, Jalen Flannery leads KJ Ramey, who raises up and throws it down for 2. Later in the first quarter, Grant guard Isaiah Montague gets his man in the air with a pump fake before stepping into a jumper, which he drains for 2. Laguna Creek made a run in the second quarter. Big man Adrian Struthers drives to the hoop and dishes to Gilliard for the layup. Later, Dante Walls beats his man and glides through the lane before finishing at the rim. Gilliard starts the second half strong for the Cardinals, sprinting past his man and going hard to the hoop for the deuce. Point guard Darnell Hunter responds for Grant, pushing the ball up the court and making a beautiful pass, enabling Montague to finish the layup for the Pacers. But Laguna Creek kept momentum. Jaden Smith receives the pass from Gilliard in the corner and floats in a runner from the baseline. Later in the third quarter, Flannery showcases his court vision. Struthers receives the dime and puts it home. Flannery ended the third quarter with a steal, and Walls takes his pass and attacks the rim, giving Laguna Creek a 20-point lead. Laguna Creek used effective ball movement to beat the Grant press. 4 Cardinals touched the ball in this 5-second possession, ending with a Ramey 3 ball. With the Pacers hanging around late, Ramey dishes to Walls on the wing, and the junior takes it to the hoop for a big-time finish. Later in the quarter, Kiku Parker attacks the paint for Grant, absorbing the contact and finishing off the glass for a chance for 3. But Laguna Creek continues its efficiency. Struthers bounces it to a curling Flannery and seals his man, giving Flannery an open pull-up 3, which finds the bottom. Laguna Creek gains the victory, 65-53.
Valley Christian opening up league play against Sacramento Adventist Academy Thursday. Nearly 200 points will be scored in this one, and this is how it happens. Fast breaks all around. Braden Beeman to Addy Cerna. He gets the quick bucket. Then VC's Ian Glaspie pulls up for 3, and this is all in the same 30 seconds. Cerna down low to Beeman. 29-18 Sac Adventist after 1. No, these highlights are not played in double speed. Beeman with the board, then Cerna once again, 4-2. Here's the quick turnaround. Chase Clary to Daniel Barakat in the corner. Valley Christian holds the state record for most threes in a game. The Capitals still with a 7-point lead. Beeman knocking the ball loose, and Cerna is there to pick it up and put it up. Are you not entertained? Here's the start of a 10-2 run for the Caps. Malachi Taylor to Simon Taché, who hits the mid, 47-39 Capitals. The Lions' Jordan Hurley with an incredible post game, finding a way to break free before cashing in at the bank. But SAA not going anywhere. Taylor with the pickpocket, then Malachi is off to the rack. It's a 3-point Capitals lead at the break. And VC is quick to demolish that lead in the third quarter. Malachi Urena with the board in the putback. 15 on the night for the junior. Chase Clary driving, gets a pass off to Rod Williams, and Williams goes deep as Valley Christian starts to pull away. Barakat to Williams to a driving Clary, and Chase giving mad props to Rod for that nice feed. But MVP for the Lions goes to Jordan Hurley, a season-high 24-point night for the senior. Now see, this is where most of us thought this game was on ice, but not even close. The Capitals down 82-72. They go on a 12-2 run. Beeman 4-2. Then it's Braden with the rebound. He slings it up ahead to Taylor, who lays it in. The Caps lead it 89-88. Valley Christian with a chance to go ahead, but Cerna stands his ground, gets the integral charge call, and a Capital free throw makes it 90-88 with just seconds left. And here is the final buzzer. Sac Adventist takes down Valley Christian in a thriller. 3 Caps with 20-point games.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. It was dumping in Auburn Monday night as Colfax and Placer met on the pitch. This was the second time these two teams had faced off, the last time ending in a tie. Placer's Ella Turner wanted to change that, but her shot's just wide of the goal. Later in the first half, Colfax on the attack. A loose ball is picked up by Kaya Diedrichs, who takes the shot. It's a top shelf goal for Kaya, and the Falcons lead at 1-0. But Placer would answer back with a goal of their own. This time Turner would not be denied, as her shot is too hot to handle, and the Hillmen have tied it up at 1. Second half action now, Colfax with a corner kick by Carly Patrick. She sends it towards the goal. The ball bounced around a bit. Placer cannot clear it. The Falcons get it to Diedrichs, who puts a great shot on goal. But what a save by the keeper, Ashlyn Dumas, with the diving save and a beauty. With 2 minutes to go in the contest, Samantha Reddy Platt of Colfax advances the ball to the striker, Diedrichs, and from 30-plus yards out, she lets it fly high and deep into the Auburn wet night. It's just in, and that would do it. Colfax stays hot on a wet and cold night. Kaya was a scoring machine for the Falcons.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Andrei Stojakovic from Jesuit. The 4-star forward earned 21 Division I offers before committing to Stanford back in November. Andrei is a triple threat.
He really is. Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, see Richard Banks in the first ever league game between Western Ranch and Edison.
Then it's the Del Oro and Folsom girls battling it out. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
Who's there?
he can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
We are back at Levi Stadium with our second SunPower Electric game tonight. Weston Ranch is brand new to the San Joaquin Athletic Association. The Cougars moving to the SJAA from the Valley Oak League, where they took home the past 3 league championships.
Yep, very impressive. Edison is the 2-time defending SJAA League champs. The Vikings will look to topple the newcomers in our second SunPower Electric game. Aubrey was there.
Electric game.
Tonight is a very interesting matchup between two teams that both won league titles last season. Weston Ranch winning the VOL in 2022. Elijah Mobley led the team last year with 24.5 points a game, and now in the Cougars' first season with the SJAA, Elijah leads the team with 18. As for the reigning SJAA champs, Leon Mills is back again for the Vikings. The point guard is fun to watch and no stranger to 20-point games. The Southside Solvikes taking on Westside rival Weston Ranch in the SunPower Electric game. And this one was as good as promised. Cruz Bariz opens up scoring with a two-handed rip, giving Edison the momentum early. Mills driving, taking a big step before getting the floater to go. We talked about Leon pregame. Here's the other guy, Elijah, snagging the deep pass before driving and landing the reverse. 20-8 Edison after 1. Later on, it's an 11-point Viking lead, but Junior Adams refusing to let the Cougs close that gap. 2 back-to-back blocks for the senior, but the Ranch eventually making this a 5-point game. Xavion Bell with the steal. He then feeds a driving Elijah Mobley, and EJ lays it in. Heading to the third, it's a 7-point game. Make that a 10-point game. After this, Elijah Duncan 3. 1 minute left in the third. Christian Holmes with some nice moves in the paint. The hoop, the harm for Holmes. He is pumped, and the Cougars make it a 3-point game just before the fourth. Adams cushions that lead at the quarter buzzer with a nice putback. Fourth quarter, Elliott Mobley to Richard Banks. Hey there, Banksy. But remember, Weston Ranch is yet to have a lead in this game. Holmes down low to Elijah. And 1. 45-44 Edison. Elijah misses the game-tying free throw, but leave it to his twin brother Elliott. Elliott's shot makes it 46-45 in favor of the Ranch. Edison back up by 1 here. Mills with the steal. Leon coming out of nowhere, and then it's an easy score for him. But with a minute left in regulation, Holmes puts Weston Ranch back on top with the up and under. An Edison free throw ties it at 59, sending this game into OT. Holmes gets it to Elijah, who patiently waits for his opening. But this game coming down to free throws, and Leon Mills hits 6 of 6 in OT. Edison wins the first ever league matchup against Weston Ranch in overtime, 68-65. Leon tells us how it feels.
Very good. You know, fans, we was doubted. You know, they beat us once. They thought they was going to beat us again. We came back.
Although they're new to the league, does this feel like this is the start of a rivalry?
Yes, for sure. Welcome to the SJA.
We saw the boys play earlier. Here's the SFL League opener with the girls from Del Oro and Folsom. Bella Uarte inbounds it to Charlotte Kleeman Hodge, 4-3, Folsom out to a 12-5 lead. So the Golden Eagles playing from behind early. Sydney Sommer with the board and the score, but Folsom playing tough at the boards. Cameron Mafua snags the rebound and puts it back. Then Natalie Munoz kicking it out to Sophia Minderman at the elbow. The 3 is drained. The Bulldogs slinging it around the horn. Minderman to Brianna Kimmins, and it's a 25-point Folsom lead. The Folsom full court press is just tough. First, it's a Brooklyn Perry 3-pointer. Then Dio trying to inbound it. Kleeman Hodge knocks it away. Then it's Perry back to Charlotte. She would have 12 on the night. The Golden Eagles trying to get off the ground. Hadley Gieck drives, throws up the finger roll, and Hadley draws the foul, but that was just one of 3 field goals the Folsom defense would give up all night. First, the block from Kleeman Hodge, and then the denial from Kimmy Emplio. Folsom takes home the win on Friday to improve to 10-2 on the year. Mafua leading everyone with 16.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Harper Peterson, the captain of the Whitney girls basketball team. She is also a leader in the classroom with a 4.2 GPA.
Coming up, Bella Vista takes on Antelope.
Then it's Pacheco and Lathrop in girls hoops as 49ers Sac-Hi Sports rolls along. Heading to Orangevale, where the Bella Vista Broncos are coming off their first winning season since 2017. The Broncos finished 18-9 last year. Dylan Harms was big for the Broncos, a senior starting off this season, averaging 25 points a game.
That's a lot.
That is quite a lot.
Oh my goodness. Antelope looking very strong as the Titans start league play. The Titans entering the week with a 12-3 record and feature a 6'6 center, Cabrayon Odom. Antelope and Bella Vista playing in Capital Valley League play on Friday night.
Brian Mueller at Bella Vista Friday night. Broncos senior Dylan Harms coming in averaging 25 a game as they take on Antelope. Titans on top early. Julian Alias driving, lets his defender go by and kisses it in. 11-4 Antelope. 30 seconds later, Alias with the no-look to Idris Alakin, and the Titans open up a 9-point lead. To the second, here comes Harms, lays it in, and the deficit down to 5. But the Titans have one of the best freshmen in the area, Sir Mr. Harriel. His sister plays at Stanford, and maybe he learned this move from her. Titans up 7. A couple minutes later, Warris Singh going international with the Euro step. The Broncos, though, still down 6. Not for much longer. Oh, Gary Clark finds Damian Rickett in the corner, and suddenly Bella Vista is down just 3. They would trail by 1 at the half. During the break, a little blast from the past. Former inspirational athlete from Antelope, Junior Flores, getting some shots up, but the intermission only bolstered the Broncos. Clark to Sing to Harms, and he gives Bella their first lead of the game, and they aren't done. Etney Tapate to Harms, and you don't want to be in Harms' way. He gives the Broncos a 36-31 lead. But the Titans are within 3. Harriel coming down the court. Yes, sir. Mister, and we're tied at 36. Early fourth now. We're still tied. Nate Elliott, the spin, the shot, and the score. Titans on the high side. They keep it going. Harriel almost bringing down the hammer, but still gets the finish. And Antelope is up 8 with 4:30 left. The Broncos keep on bucking. Rickett nails the 3. It's a 5-point game with 4 to go. The Titans able to handle the press, though. Cabrayon Odom stays strong down low and ups the lead to 7 with 30 seconds to go. And Antelope goes on to win it 65-59.
Nick Pecoraro back with Golden Empire League play Friday. Pioneer at Casa Roble. First quarter, Pioneer takes control early as Jose Razo drives to the hoop for the easy scoop. But Casa on the other end goes inside to big man Neo Vuki, who finishes strong for the Rams. Pioneer's Nico Rodriguez slithers his way through traffic to get a tough shot to fall, and the Patriots keep the momentum going. Here's Carson King with a nice feed to Cordell Barr underneath, and Pioneer leads 9-7 after 1. Second quarter, Benny Ambrose feeds Travis Remley in the paint, but the Patriots respond with Rodriguez going hard in the paint again, and Nico gives a little flex on the way back down, but the Rams have a response. Marcus Gallo now for the Rams penetrates and gets the hoop and the harm, and here comes Casa. Ambrose gets the steal on one end, looks up to Noah Gilbert for the finish, and the Rams take a 22-20 lead into the break. Third quarter, Patriots keeping it close as Cordell Barr pulls down the offensive board for the second chance bucket. But the Rams are in transition now. Michael Corrales gives it up to Travis Remley, and then Corrales again on the assist. He was in a giving mood on Friday. This time he gives a hot one to Neo Vuki underneath. But the Patriots are trying to stay within striking distance. Rodriguez gets 2 of his team-high 10 points, but Pioneer still trails by 4 after 3. In the fourth, Noah Gilbert pulls up, and Noah puts a little arc on this shot. It falls, and the Rams are starting to pull away. Corrales now not giving it up to anyone this time, and then Corrales again with a strong move. He led a balanced attack for the Rams with 9 points, and Casa Roble improves to 2-0 in GEL play.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
Pacheco making that hour 10-minute drive out to Lathrop. The Western Athletic Conference League race starts this week. Both teams come in 1-0. Lathrop comes out guns a-blazing. Ty Lowry drops this runner from the baseline, and the Spartans are off and running. Then Lathrop goes up 7. Dana Medeiros with the no-look pass to Alabu Ulele, who nails down the jumper. Then Medeiros running the offense again, gets the ball over to Tati Lowry, who hoists this 3. It's a kiss off the glass, 17-6. Spartans jump out to a great start. Quick ball movement here by Pacheco as Abby Pikus, she whips it down to Cameron Cortines, who scores it and the foul. Spartans are pushing. Sacra Porter swinging over to Sana Sunner, who lets it fly. It's good, and Lathrop up 16 in the second. Panthers attacking. Sasha Seemiller does a nice job getting the ball to Madeline De La Pena, who scores it for Pacheco. Then Medina does a nice job creating some space and gets the shot off, and it gets the rolls. The Spartans lead it at the break 34-18. Third quarter, Tati Lowry throws the pass down low to Olele, who makes a nice move and scores it for Lathrop. Here's Ryan St. Pedro for Pacheco going down low to Sharina Nance, who turns around. The J is good and the foul. Fourth quarter now, Sakura Porter with the cross-court pass to Tati Lowry, who nails her 4th 3 of the night, and this one touches nothing but net. Nance for Pacheco has a very nice inside game here. Cortines gets it to her, and she goes glass, but Lathrop putting the baby to bed here. Tati, she has all those 3s in the game. She finished with 16 on the night, and that would do it as the Spartans improved to 2-0 in league. Big showdown with Mountain House in 2 weeks.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 basketball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
We're back to announce tonight's play of the week.
Our Marky Mark Willis will list a few contenders and then announce the winner of the play of the week.
Play of the week. Here we go. Gavin Sykes and Capital Christian with the dip. And keeper Kyla Costa and Laguna Creek doing just that, keeping the ball out of the goal. Then it's Rio's Miles Lake splitting the defense and then making the basket. Miles is not done yet as he then throws down this buzzer-beating dunk. So Sam Inglis out of Vista Del Lago, you think you're a pretty good keeper? No, you're wrong. You're a great keeper. Look at that. But the play of the week goes to Tamara Rump. The no-look behind the head pass for the score. All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just give it the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. Be sure to tune in next week for the big league game between Modesto Christian and Lincoln of Stockton. Those exciting highlights and more next week.